And start recording. All right, so we're streaming and recording. Who knows who's watching? And I can't do any of this nonsense without a little good mood lighting. There we go.
God, that burned my eyes.
I'm sorry. All right, not bad. It's only 6:33. Had a little bit. Oh, I need a little more light. I need a little more cowbell. I need a little more. There we go. Wow. There we go. Oh, that looks nice. Gorgeous. Oh, that looks good. I got my cans, my earmuffs on. It's 6:33. What time? 6:35. We're extremely late. My apologies. My apologies. I'm a disarray. You know, it's that the computer's working slow because of the cold weather. I blame it on the cold weather. So, how could that be? I'm not offline. So, my apologies. And let's see what we got for you, Steve. So, how are you, Steve? How did you make out this weekend with the Winter Wonderland?
Oh, just great. I'm still alive. I'm exhausted. Just shoveling.
A lot of shoveling.
There's gonna be more coming up.
Oh, don't say that. Don't even bite your tongue. Oh, I didn't mean literally. I meant figuratively. So, hold on a second. I'm going to give us something for our audience. Give us a little technical issue. Where are you? You're always with the summer background, with the warm background, hoping for...
Don't be fooled. It's freezing out here.
I know. Well, where are you? You're at a wannabe beach. So, did you watch any of the... we'll get into the Super Bowl. We're going to get into all of that nonsense in a minute. Very upset. What's your...
I haven't even talked to you. I said a word about it to you, but I could just assume that there is going to be some anger tonight.
You know what, Steve? This is perfect for today. Oh yeah.
It's like the good old days driving in the car with you. This was one of the songs on your playlist you used to sing about.
You know why, Steve? I'll tell you why. Because you had a bad day. But we don't want to give people a bad day. Let's give people something more. Let's give them something. What better? What can we give them that? Oh, let's do this. Yeah, let's get it ramped up here on a cold, wintry Monday night. Now, I would have much rather have seen the Black Eyed Peas perform at the Super Bowl than what I saw. Than that nonsense dress the weekend. You give respect. What?
His name's The Weekend. When you think of The Weekend, you know, what do you do on the weekend? You relax, you chill. That's kind of like...
He was...
That's his music, kind of relax and chill.
Yeah, he was terrible.
He's not terrible.
No, I don't... The Super Bowl show was terrible.
Right. It's not right for the show.
No, definitely not. I got what they might call musically vertigo when he was running through that maze.
Go back again. I know, what was that about?
I'm not sure. And then, then it looked like an outtake from the Jordan Peele vehicle, Us, with all the people with the masks.
I was running to YouTube trying to find Bruce, Prince, Justin, anything.
Who was your favorite? Was that some of your favorite Super Bowl people?
Well, Prince was probably the best. Prince was the best.
Prince had a great one. I think Bruno Mars did a good one.
Bruno Mars. Oh my God, Bruno Mars was awesome.
Yeah, there were some good ones. This was not one of them. It fit perfectly with an awful halftime show for an awful Super Bowl. The best part about it was the streaker.
I missed that. They didn't show it though.
I saw it on video. I got it on my social media.
Steve, why'd they show that? Why don't they show that? That's what the people...
Because no, Steve, We're in it. We want everything antiseptically nice and clean. We don't want to dirty the Super Bowl with something tainted like that. Which brings me to my next problem with the Super Bowl. And hold on a minute. First, let me tell people what they're watching. You are, yes, if you didn't know it by now, you're watching the Steve Squared Show. I'm your host, Funny Man Stevie K, along with the man in the crowd. He was the streaker, actually. I'm so lucky to have him on the air tonight. I don't know how he flew here from Tampa so quickly. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Emster. What's up, buddy?
I'm holding on because I'm afraid that tonight I might have to put on some seatbelts.
Hold on. You talk about your weekend for a second and the weekend. I got to get something. I need a tech adjustment. You stay right there.
I did what all you other people did. Shovel. Looks like I'm going to be shoveling it more for the next 2 days or so. We're going to have some snow. It's like craziness.
It is crazy. I'm back. Did the audience miss me?
They did totally. They really did miss you.
Because the problem. There we go. This is a lot better. You want to get more volume with your. Let me give you a better applause, Steve. So, yeah, the Super Bowl was pretty much a bust. I didn't enjoy it, but I did enjoy hacking chunks of ice off my car. Hey, to all those people out there, it's okay to shovel the 3 inches of snow off the roof of your car. You know, you don't have to wait till you're on Sunrise Highway going 60 miles an hour and it smashes into my windshield. You can, let me tell you what you could do. You get yourself a snow brush, and you know, if you can't reach, get up on a little stepladder. It's not a big deal. That toasts my butter. That burns my butter.
That really burns your biscuits.
Thank you. That's what I meant. It burns my biscuits.
Bust your butt.
It busts my. It does a lot. Did you like any of the commercials?
I didn't see a lot of the. I gotta tell you something. I was on and off on this game.
I know, me too.
As soon as the score, as soon as the score was so far ahead, honestly, I had a long day. I was working since 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I was shoveling for another two and a half hours afterwards. So I was pretty tired.
Yeah.
And that game just made me.
And the game was a very sleeper type game. It wasn't interesting. Of course, Brady's gonna play. Brady made some deal with the devil years ago, like Derek Jeter, where everything turns out beautifully for them. They never age. Nothing ever goes wrong. It's one of those beautiful lives. Although you can't feel bad for Mahomes. Did you hear the contract he signed?
Good for him. I like him. I was rooting for him.
Steve, I don't like anybody enough to give them $500 million.
If I were a rich man, yabba dibba 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 dum.
Do you know how much supposedly Springsteen got paid for that commercial, for that cheap commercial?
How much?
$5 million.
How much?
$5 million.
Well, did he donate it? What is he doing?
I'm sure. I mean, he does a lot of philanthropy. He does a lot. So maybe he did donate something, but that was his rate.
Yeah, boy, it's a rocket boy, him a rocket boy.
That was very good.
Thank you. You see, the guy has made a wonderful career of basically singing like he's going to the bathroom for 35 years or 45 years, whatever it is. I know you're a big Bruce fan. I'm sorry.
I love him.
You saw Bruce didn't you see Bruce live?
Yes, when our friends were upset that I wouldn't go out to the place that I'm standing in front of right now. Yes, I would. I would rather go see Bruce Springsteen than go hang out with a bunch of Mamalukes out at the club.
So, I guess, with the weather and trying to keep your safety, Super Bowl parties were at a minimum, I'm guessing. Who knows? We kept it small, and like you said, the game wasn't really interesting. The commercials were terrible. Especially, look at I got to call out Toyota exploiting that poor girl to sell brakeless cars. I mean, instead of tugging at heartstrings like Toyota's trying to do, here's an idea: put brakes in your cars so they stop. If you do that, people will buy your cars. You don't have to tug at heartstrings and get a tear. Just put brakes in your cars, and then everybody will buy it.
Wow.
Right?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
I'm angry today because of the cold.
You're angry about a lot of things. I love it.
Do you like my hat? I'm trying to get a different hat than last week.
It's nice.
Let me see yours. I can't see yours.
It's my
Oh, is that the Trios?
Treos Tacos.
Trios Tacos. It's not Tuesday,
It's
so
actually it's really warm. Yeah, it's not Taco Tuesday.
it's not Taco Tuesday. Hey, did you hear about this? Speaking of, well, I'll hold off on it for a second. First, Andrew Dice Clay. Did you hear about this? Andrew the Dice Man cometh, and perfect time for the perfect weather. Iceman cometh. Andrew Dice will be performing at ours truly, Governor's Comedy Club, on Valentine's Day. What do you think about that, Steve?
I think that's fantastic.
He's going to do something like this.
Oh no, you're wonderful. Oh no, you're wonderful.
The Dice Man. I had a couple of good dice blurps.
No,
That's a good one.
no.
So Andrew Dice Clay, go on governorscomedyclub.com or Governor's Comedy Club website. If it's obviously a virtual show, he'll be there, but we'll have all at the comedy club. We'll have all. I think he'll be there, and we'll have all of the virtual TV setup. We'll have the Zoom going, and I think he can interact with the audience. You know, like in a Zoom virtual kind of fashion. You can heckle him via Zoom.
Is there a 2-drink minimum?
I don't know the particulars. They could be. They might make you go to your refrigerator 2 times, and then that you'd have to talk to the powers that be. We're entertainers. We don't make those decisions. That's not on our pay grade.
As well as like his, I would love you to be the master of ceremonies because you would do just a wonderful job at that.
Well, thank you. I would love to do that.
I've seen you work with people, and you have that talent. I can see you go into the audience, talk to people, and elicit responses.
I love people.
No matter how angry
I'll slap the taste out of your mouth. You understand me?
Yeah, I would love to do that when we open up. I'm going to ask at Governor's if I could be a host or something like that. I would love to introduce the comics and, kind of heckle with the crowd and do stuff like that. That would be lots of fun. What's going on with Army Hammer? Or as I should say, Hannibal Hammer?
I really don't understand it.
I think I want my money back.
I like him. What does he turn nuts?
He's a good actor. I don't know what happened.
Quiet!
Oh, that's not. No, he's more like this.
Outrageous!
He's apparently some kind of crazed sex fiend guy. I mean,
Supposedly, that's what it turns out to be. And he has children, and he had a wife. I don't think that's...
I hope he didn't eat her.
That's don't either. And now he doesn't have a job. Now he's supposed to do a movie with J-Lo, which is now, that's done.
Are they doing Hustler 2? I'm hoping Hustler 2 comes out soon. I was really on the edge of my seat when Hustler 1 ended with they didn't put a final cap for me, so I really want to know what happened to those strippers.
Now, mind you, what was that movie he did? What was it called again? I forgot.
Which movie?
The one with the strippers.
Me?
Yeah.
I never did a movie with strippers.
Wrong.
I can't do improv with you.
What was the movie I did with? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. Well, first of all, I don't like to talk about those years. My family's watching. That was when I was Stevie Wang.
Very nice.
Thank you. So we don't Army Hammer. What else was in the news? Oh, you know what else I saw? Well, first of all, I hope everybody's ready. You know, Valentine's coming, Steve. Valentine's Day's coming. Did you go shopping? Do you have to get anything? Any last minute gifts?
No.
Just no.
None whatsoever. I have
Nothing?
No desire. No.
Not for a special lady?
Lady, I'm your knight.
That's what I can't wait. I'm hoping to be able to sing this to somebody on February
You
14th.
have made me what I am.
There's either that, I could sing a Kenny Rogers song, but probably not. But that's coming up, and that's when the Dice Man will be at the Comedy Club. And apparently, you know, what happened was I was trying to look up ideas. They're trying to give you suggestions for Valentine's Day, and I came across this restaurant that's opening right near you, Steve, right on Long Island in Seaford. Hold on.
It's not too far from you either.
No. This is it. I got it right here. It's the grand opening. You know a good place when they advertise and they don't put their name. It just says the grand. I guess unless their name is grand opening. Let's see here. Why don't they say their name? This is a place and they don't have. What? Hold on.
The paper is on the microphone. It's just making noise.
I know. I don't know the name of the place. It says home of the Neapolitan pizza, char-broiled oven, wood-fired pizza, and there's no name here. Are they crazy? Anyway,
There must be a location.
it's on Merrick Road in Seaford. Maybe I think their name is Charred Brick Oven. Could that be their name? It could be. That's their Instagram, Charred Brick Oven. What an original name. So anyway, Charred Brick Oven. That is their name. What? This is terrible. I shouldn't give them any airtime. Anyway, they have a heart-shaped pizza. So what you do, I love giving love advice. You get a heart-shaped pizza. Hey, you know what? I'm a little chilly today. Let me put this blanket on. Do you see this blanket, Steve? What do you look? Look at this.
It's, I see red. I don't see what's on the bottom there. I can't see the design. Oh, it's Woodstock. Is Snoopy there next to him? Did you hear me? I see Woodstock.
Yeah, you got Snoopy.
Is Snoopy there? I don't see Snoopy though. I just saw Woodstock.
Yeah, he's around somewhere. With his Woodstock, Snoopy can't be far behind. Yeah, that's my Snoopy blanket when I get cold. I was watching that. Now, there was, speaking of love, and we're giving love advice, I saw something in the news, and this was pretty interesting. Tell me what you would answer to this. Hold on a second. Okay. It's under. I love these. They're called. Let me see if I pronounce it right. Do you ever do these Quora 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 quizzes, or they give you information? I'm getting them emailed to me. I must have signed up from something.
No, I'm not too sure I do.
Okay. This is titled, Does This Mean It's Over? So he said, my girlfriend stopped replying to me in texts when I told her, in person, I don't accept her 6-year-old daughter. I just want to date her, not you and your 6-year-old daughter. I want nothing to do with your 6-year-old daughter. And her final text to him was goodbye. And he says, does this mean that we're over? He goes, my girlfriend stopped replying to my text. Should I go to her house? What's wrong with this guy? That's rough right there. He's confused. He told this woman, it's not, I'll date you, do something with your 6-year-old kid. And he's shocked that she's not responding. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that dude. But we can give him, you know what we'll give him? What should we give him? Did you hear this Alec Baldwin's wife story?
I'm not too sure. Tell me.
Her name is, I guess, it's Hillary Baldwin, but she goes by Hilaria, and has been telling everybody she's Hispanic or Spanish.
Yeah, this is an old story. Yeah, then.
She tried to clean it up today on Instagram or yesterday, and or on Twitter. I'm sorry, and it got worse because she was trying to tell people that she's actually, had lived there, whatever nonsense she was trying. I don't understand. But I don't blame her because I tell people a lot. I'm something different every day of the week. I was actually Tex-Mex on Monday. Last Monday I had my Tex-Mex day, and then I was I enjoyed. This is always one of my favorites. So I understand. You always want to be something else. I get it. So I don't really blame her for that. Hey, your boy Peter King. Are you a Peter King fan? The guy that up in town, the congressman?
The ex-congressman?
Ex-congressman.
I know of him, yeah.
He's going to be on WABC radio. He's got a talk show.
Yes, he is. And supposedly he will be doing it from his new home in Florida. Now that he is not a congressman, he's leaving the area.
He's leaving the area. Now, it's on ABC. It's going to start soon. That's AM radio. If anybody has a radio that has AM,
you can always listen online.
You can always listen online, of course. You blew my whole joke, Steve. The whole idea was to make fun of AM radio. But you had to tell people they could listen online. Everybody knows they can listen online.
I didn't go to the meeting today. I'm sorry.
I know. That was my fault. My fault.
I have a job and work at a job for a living.
You know what? Don't get testy. Don't get nasty on the show with me. You know what I'll do? I'll slap you. Let me see what I would do.
Can you set up
Oh no, you're wonderful.
Outrageous.
There was something.
Can we set up lines?
I'll slap the taste out of your mouth. You understand me?
What'd you say? So
I was hoping that we would set up lines of cocaine.
Oh, not now. I'm not really ready to set up. But although I'm sure he's doing that in Florida. That is true. But so Peter King is making an exit. He's heading down south to Florida. We'll miss him. He actually helped out my parents with some kind of medical insurance. My mom wrote a letter, and I think he did something that helped us. So we've always had a warm spot for Peter.
I'm not always a fan of his, but I will admit, I did vote for him.
Steve, don't say your political leanings on the show. This is not a political show.
I did vote for him a couple of times.
All right, good.
Well, you have a heart. You just said you had a place in your heart?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I voted for him. First of all, I wouldn't even know where to vote for congressmen. When do you vote for them?
The same place where you vote for anyone else, Steve. Your polling place.
Oh, okay. I like the other thing I was going to talk about, and this is a touchy subject, but I have to say it because I'm angry. So they on the Super Bowl, they had the first female, which was wonderful, female ref. And did you hear about this or see it?
She's a female.
Yes, she is a female. That's correct, Steve. Look up her name because I to my foolishness, I don't have her name in front of me. I think it was Sarah. But who?
Let me see. What was her name?
I'm just Google female Super Bowl ref, and it should come up. She's the only one.
Sarah Thomas.
Sarah Thomas. Pretty good. I knew the first name.
The first female referee at the Super Bowl.
Right. So here's my problem, and this is where I'll probably lose half of the audience, or maybe gain half of the audience. First of all, it's 2021. I don't know why it takes so long for anybody to do anything anyway. But you gotta love I don't like fugazi things. I don't like what we call eyewash. Optics, if you will. Things here's a crumb. Love us. You know what I mean? The NFL couldn't be any more corrupt in its beings. Yet, they're going to say, look at us. We're so woke. We have a female ref, and I love. And I'm a personal trainer. I train many female athletes.
So I've heard.
Yes, you better watch it. I'll slap the taste right out of your mouth. That's a Denzel line. Anyway, they make sure that she's got this flowing, hair that's coming out of her hat, and that they're showing, you know what I'm saying? It's equivalent to me to donating $1 million anonymously and then, but doing it on, on TV. Like when celebrities are like, oh, just give it anonymously, but it's me. Do something and just do it. You don't have to do it to pat yourselves on the back. And that's what the NFL is doing there. Just do it. They should have done it before, just like the NBA. The NBA doesn't ask the female refs to run around with their hair flowing or, look, there's a female, you know what I'm saying? They're refs, like the guy refs. Everybody's a ref. I get they wanted to highlight because it was the first time, but come on. I just, the NFL is shady to me. I'm the only one that took that take on the story.
NFL is shady.
You know what I mean? It's an NFL thing. It just bothers me because I think they're. It's like the Toyota commercial. It's exploiting the Paralympian. They're doing this tearjerker story to sell garbage cars. I mean, do they really care about the girl, or do they care about their cars that veer right?
They don't at all.
That's my point. And that's the way it is. You know what it is?
If I were the man I was 5 years ago, I'd take a flamethrower to this place.
That's how mad I am.
You're the madman of the pulpit.
I am angry. And speaking of angry, I'd like to talk about my next anger issue. This is a good show for me because it helps get my issues out. We all know I love a tasty beverage.
We know you do.
Now, I'm surprised that Celsius didn't run a Super Bowl commercial ad. Maybe for the fact that the cost of it would have put them out of business.
You're the only one who buys it.
Thank you. But they're hard to find now because of the aluminum can shortage. So I have now it's now reached an unpalpable level. I cannot get Celsius easily. I had to go underground to get these, Steve. I'm not telling the audience where I'm getting them.
You won't tell us.
No, because there's only a very small array left. This is harder to get than toilet paper was at the beginning of this.
I remember, didn't you get a gift? Your brother gave you a case of that
Steve, I went through that case in 2 days. Are you kidding me? I haven't slept since 2015. Come on. You think that? What do you think? Come on, Steve. You're better than that.
You're ugly. You are disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200.
One of the finest therapists in the business. And here's I did have so many rants today, and I feel bad to be angry on the Steve Squared show, but it's the whole mood of the weather. Oh, by the way, I'd like to make a shout out. My mom's birthday is Friday.
Oh my God, that's great! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to Mom, and it's always on Lincoln's birthday. They share a birthday. My mom says that's why she's honest, because of old Abe. And I'm not sure how honest Abe was. But my mom is very much honest, and we're going to be celebrating her birthday this weekend and see her, again, barring an ice storm. What's up with this weather, Steve? I'm not enjoying this. I'm literally thinking of moving to California.
I am too.
Let's do it. Let's do it, Steve. Let's go. Let's get a bungalow. I like the way that sounds. A bungalow in Cali.
We used to have if I remember back in the day, you used to have a bungalow here on the island.
I did. I used to live in Long Beach. I had a lovely little apartment filled with mold that was on the... What happened?
After that, you had a lovely little bungalow.
It was a bungalow. And unfortunately, it was a lovely spot right on the beach. I don't think you ever saw the Long Beach apartment.
I did not.
No, I didn't know you back then. I also wanted to let people know this is a show I love. I watched before I'll tell about the show I love. I watched Your Honor last night, episode 8.
I saw a little of it.
Terrible. I'm just mad. How are they gonna? There's one episode left. How are they gonna tie it all together in 55 minutes?
It's a mess.
It's a mess, and you only got one episode left. Cobra Kai, you know what you're getting. Terrible. I'm very upset.
God, it's just so weird to see the judge in action there. Work in the room. With that suspect.
I know. All of this is getting too ridiculous with the water. What did he poison the guy?
I don't know. Oh God, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen next week?
I hope Cranston gets put away for life and gets shot. He's so evil. Well, they are going to meet the boyfriend. The Baxter wants to meet the Adam, so they are going to meet.
Yes.
So
that's.
So he's got to figure out that Adam killed his son. They have to Coffee Jones' brother. Something has to finalize with that whole shenanigan, and there's too much that has to be tied up in 55 minutes. It can't be done, Steve. I don't care what kind of writers you have in a room.
So if you were the judge, what would you do? Honestly, Steve, you like to make fun of that show.
I do.
I'll tell you, but in the good old days, when Stevie K was a swinging guy, would you do what that judge was doing? Trying to, God.
Well, he's really not. He talk about not honesty. He's a real shady judge.
He wasn't until this happened.
Well, that's the idea. Yeah.
Basically, trying to save his son.
He's trying to save his son, and by any means necessary. And that son is stupid. I would have continued dating the art teacher, the photography teacher.
Why not?
Right? She was cute. She was going to give him a good grade. It's crazy. I don't know why he would have. You don't want to cross her. You don't want to do that, especially at this time of year when it's Valentine's Day, because you know what's going to happen. You know what happens? Hold on, I'll tell you what happens. This is what happens.
Oh, she's sweet but a psycho.
Foods That Built America. Are you going to watch this show, Foods That Built America?
I've heard about it.
It's on the History Channel, and the original episode, the first episode season talked about Hershey and the chocolate guys, Mars, and all those kind of guys, the Mars brothers. Which, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but the Bruno Mars is a descendant of the Mars candy bar.
Okay, whatever. I'll agree. I'll go with it, Steve.
You don't believe me, do you?
Whatever. Do I believe you? I know.
Well, first of all, this is we're not a news network, Steve. I don't need facts for the show. If I say it, it's true.
Let me say.
Yes, so.
Was that the beginning of Lava?
Yes, very good. That was Waterloo.
I know.
I don't know why I have Waterloo queued up. So Foods That Built America, and they're focusing on Pizza Hut, Kraft. We all love Kraft. Oreo cookie. You're a big Oreo cookie guy. And McDonald's, of course. So they're focusing on those 4 Foods That Built America: Pizza Hut, Oreo, McDonald's, and Kraft food companies. So that will be streaming next week on the History Channel. Get your kids around. It's important to know the history of Pizza Hut. I think that's you really learn something there. Pizza the Hut. Remember Pizza the Hut?
Yes, of course. Spaceballs. That's Tom DeLuise.
Spaceballs. We're gonna need. Oh, speaking of Spaceballs, look. Let me tell you how good I am. Hold on a second. I'm gonna show. Well, I'm not that good. Oh, Steve, maybe.
We're gonna have to go right to ludicrous speed.
Of course, I would have a Spaceballs blurb. So we should go. You know what I'm thinking of doing? I'm going back to that Governor's Comedy Club Valentine's thing. This is the perfect Valentine's. I'm wondering if you ask somebody, right? Can you do it as like a date? What if you asked a girl? Remember we talked about this? How do you have a first date on Valentine's Day? This is how you do it. You invite somebody. You screen share them in. The two of you are virtually watching Andrew Dice Clay. It's beautiful.
That's what you do on Valentine's Day.
I'm telling you, I just fixed everybody's Valentine's Day now. Go get yourself, somebody to watch it with, and you guys could laugh and heckle Andrew Dice. And I'm thinking of doing this. I might do this even alone, even if I don't have anybody to ask or to do it with. This looks good. Last night started Beyond Mr. Miyagi. Are you going to watch it?
Yes, I am.
The Pat Morita story.
Yeah, I gotta see that.
It's streaming on iTunes, Apple TV, and of course yours and mine, Amazon. Hold on a second. Talk about something while I get something. Hey, you like my dumbbell shirt? Of course, I always got the dumbbells rocking.
Is that a new dumbbell shirt?
This is a washed dumbbell shirt. It's only washed. I had never washed it.
Very nice on you, man. Very nice.
Thank you.
Very becoming of you. And I can't wait to see when that dumbbells series comes out. It's gonna be awesome.
I hope so. Hey, speaking of awesome, I don't know if you can see this. Look what happened. Watch what happened. Speaking, not the Andy Cohen show. I went into CVS today. Can you see this bag?
It's a little bit.
Look at this bag.
What happened? Did you something break in there? Did you put too much in that bag?
I had 2 items in that bag, and the bag completely destroyed on me. I mean, if I could tell you the cheap bags that CVS are using, they might as well not. You might as well just don't even bother with the bag. Let me get back to enjoying one of my rare Celsius drinks. I'm wiping the top for safety. I have to. Oh, again, I have to. Our show was a bit fugazi today. I have to apologize because we were going to again have the writer and producer of Fair Market Value, the movie streaming on Urban Flix, and we had decided due to the weather and the ice storm that we would postpone it yet another week, barring another ice storm, snowstorm. So we're going to try to do it next week. That would be with Judy Roman and a couple of her castmates. Very funny movie. So we look forward to having them. We again apologize.
I'll be looking forward to seeing that. It's going to be something.
Now I'm going to put you on the spot. Did you A, read my book, Anything is Possible, the Jack LaLanne story, and B, did you watch the movie?
Did I watch the movie? I haven't gotten a chance to see the movie yet.
So the movie, what about the book?
I read the book.
You read the whole book?
Well, most of it, yes.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Steve.
You know,
I'm honored.
and I enjoyed it.
Ah.
I like the little break in between.
Yeah, I liked, I thought of this cute idea of putting a little intermission in the book, because I like intermissions in my life. It's a break in life, whether it's reading, anything. I like a little pause, a moment of pause. And speaking of pause, and I'm not talking about my dog Bailey, my niece's dog. Steve, I think we should do this. Can you help me do this scene real quick? Did I send it to you?
You did not send me the script.
I did. I emailed it to you.
Okay, let me take a look.
Take a look for a second. This might be a little fugazi, but we could try it.
All right, I really didn't see it.
You know what? Maybe we'll do it next week.
Hold on, let's try it. Let me try it.
All right, if you could pop it up quick, I'll tell you. Basically, I was called at a casting audition. They want me to self-tape this scene. I'm playing Calvin, who gets visited by. It's a comedy. I'm a workaholic, and I get visited by this kind of quasi ghost named. What's his name? Mike.
It was on the email, right? I did not receive it, Steve.
Oh my God, your email is the worst.
It's not. I got your Zoom.
Yeah, I got your Zoom right here. Well, so we're not going to be able to do this. This is, you know what this is?
This is so unfair!
It's unfair, Steve. But maybe we'll do it next week. We'll get the script to you, Steve. And so I have to self-tape this nonsense and then send it back to them. I always hate self-taping myself. So I have to play this. Oh, Steve, this would have been a really funny bit. I thought I sent it to you. Maybe I who knows? Maybe it was my fault. I thought I did. Today was a very busy, hectic day between shoveling and doing everything. It was very confusing for me. Now, if you are going to buy roses for Valentine's Day, do you know they jack up the prices over 30%?
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's over $100 for a dozen roses. That is unacceptable. I'm just not happy with that. I'm trying to give people some tips on some people are always asking me what to watch on Netflix or Amazon, and I could sit down and go through 4,000 Netflix shows, and I still can't find one. Although a friend of mine did tell me about, is it called Firefly Lane?
Is it just Firefly? I never.
Or maybe it's just Firefly. It's.
What's in the story?
I have no idea. Once, you know how the Netflix shows tell you what the genre is, comedy, dramedy? This one said poignant and touching, and right away I X'd it out. I X'd right out of that. I didn't need to read anymore. Once it said touching, heartfelt, and poignant, those are 3 words I would never use in my life, let alone to watch a Netflix series. I'm not about that. I'm about comedy, anger, horror, depression, or thriller. In that order.
Firefly Lane. Okay.
Firefly Lane. Don't ever question me, Steve. Not on the air, anyway. What's it about? What's it about? It's like trending #1 right now.
Okay. Tully and Kate meet as young girls on Firefly Lane
Oh God.
and become inseparable friends throughout 30 years of ups and downs.
Sorry. Is there anybody we know in it?
Katherine Hagel is the star.
Okay.
I don't know anyone else in here.
All right. I'm not going to watch it, but I do know people that are watching, and a friend of mine recommended it. And I like to try things, but I don't like mushy stuff. I like I like to laugh. These are times that call for laughter. That's why I think I'm gonna zoom in to do the Andrew Dice Clay thing on Valentine's Day. What do you think?
I think you should. Yeah. Could you heckle? Could you do a Zoom heckle?
When I read it, it looks like it says interactive with the audience. It says he can talk to your box, your Zoom box, your head, and you guys can have some interaction. So I think that's good. And then I guess they can put people on mute. You can mute and mute the audience. He can talk, things like that. Maybe you could chat, heckle him. You can send him. You can give him raise your hand and give a question, heckle. This is a new world, Steve. Welcome to the 21st or whatever century we're in. Wait, there was something else I wanted to show you. This was a great story. Oh my God, I almost forgot this story, and I don't know if you could see the picture. I was reading the Peter King story. That's not the great story. The great story is this little dog. What was that? Oh.
Stupid freaking, what you call it.
So
Spam.
there's a dog. I hate those spam calls. I get them 400 times a day. There was a dog. Where was this in? This was in Hewlett in Hewlett, Long Island. This golden retriever waltzed. The mom, her owner, took her. They were coming home from their walk. They lived near a pond. She obviously took the dog off its leash, which is never a good move. And the dog saw some ducks by the pond and ran to go chase the ducks on the frozen pond, but it went into an area where the ice was breaking and it was not able to come back. It was, fighting hard to stay afloat.
Right.
And the owner freaked out. She called 911. And within minutes, the Hewlett Police Department and Fire Department, they were initially called to a mugging, robbery, assault, murder. They stopped. They didn't go to that. They said, that doesn't sound like our cup of tea. Let's go save Lucky the Pooch. So the whole Hewlett Fire Department and Police Department let the other people get murdered, mugged, and assaulted, and showed up to rescue the pooch, which of course is the right thing. I'm glad they saved the doggy. There's a great picture in Newsday, my favorite paper, where the guy is on all fours and he's tying the dog. It's a very cute picture. It's in Newsday today. And Lucky the Pooch was saved. It actually looks like a scene from Titanic, with Kate Winslet and the great Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg wasn't in Titanic. Do you know? I think he would have been a better in Titanic than Leo DiCaprio.
You think so?
Who would have been a better in Titanic?
Leo or Mark Wahlberg?
Or Matthew Broderick. Matthew Broderick would have put a little comedy there. Little Neil Simon dry comedy when he was drowning. I need some sarcastic remarks. I think we should do that next show. We're gonna pick some of our favorite movies and recast it. Which brings me to an interesting point. Mean Girls. Tina Fey is doing Mean Girls the movie. She's gonna.
Musical.
Yeah, no, not the musical. It's gonna be released another movie. And you could go on meangirls.com and you can vote for your dream cast. And if you are selected, your name can be in the burn book. So, needless to say, I was all over that yesterday, meangirls.com. I'm hoping to get my name in the burn book.
A lot of people, I'm sure, do you think you've had some people put you in their burn book?
I am sure I'm in many a burn book around Long Island, around the world. Forget about Long Island. So that is the Mean Girls vehicle coming out. Actually, I sent you something because me and you always argue about Saturday Night Live. And somebody wrote, there was a lot of comments about how back in the day they hated they loved the old Saturday Night Lives and how they just read cue cards now. I will give them this. They did a semi-funny, they did the halftime, the pre-show of the football. I don't know if you got to see it.
I did not.
Oh, very funny. Keenan Thompson was playing James Brown. And they all, they had the Steelers football coach, and it was actually pretty funny. It was a little long, as all Saturday Night Live skits are, but it was pretty good. But what was I going to show you? There was something else I read that it was really upset me. Oh, one of the Super Bowl commercials. Did you see that George? Because they had Jason Alexander's sweatshirt on, hoodie. Oh, you got to see that. It's the kid's wearing his hoodie, which is a face of Jason Alexander, and he's doing all these, activities, and the face is like, his face. It's pretty. It was kind of weird. And then they did an Eat Local ad for Wayne's World with Cardi B.
That I did see. That was funny.
Yeah, you know, it's hard to see those guys. They actually look pretty close to the same. I guess when you put the wig on, they don't really age. But they did pretty good. But so I have told people what to do on Valentine's Day. I'm so upset that you're not able to do that scene with me. I'm going to be playing. It's playing the part I'm playing is Calvin, a workaholic dad who neglects his son and then gets visited by a quasi, you know, present day ghost or whatever, and he's supposed to whatever. So it's a film. I'm hoping to get the part, and they'll be filming it sometime in 2035. They're hoping to have it wrapped up by 2040.
Will you be doing a song? Is there a song in there?
I don't think it's a musical, but I'm always up to a musical.
I know you always like to do a song and maybe a little dance. You have your taps still, right?
You know, that's funny. I was thinking we donated to the Vietnam veterans the other day. We sent a bag, and I couldn't. I was going to give them my tap shoes, and I just couldn't do it because you never know when you might need them. And I don't think any of the vets wanted them. I would say that's probably not something that they would want. I don't think an angry veteran wants a lovely pair of Soul platinum leather dance shoes. I've gone through a lot of periods in my life, and that was not one I was proud of. But anyway, I'm glad we got to fix the glitch at the beginning of the show. Sorry we were a couple of minutes late. That was my fault. Had some technical issues. And then because of that, I had talked to Emily, and I didn't get a chance. I was going to try to Zoom her in tonight, depending on her schedule. I didn't get to do that either. I'm a mess today. I'm just out of sorts. Apologize to all my squares out there.
Emily is, Emily, she's, we need to have her there, She's a very theatrical part of the show.
I got to get her back, and we got to get all of this together. You know what it is? I'm having these constant tech issues, and then I thought we were going to be in the studio tonight. So once I got the word that we weren't going to do the fair market value interview, I had to scramble for topics, and of which I was kind of topicless.
I hate when that happens.
Thank you. Speaking of that was the best part of the Super Bowl was the streaker. You gotta YouTube that video. Look it up. The video. It's very funny.
Was he wearing a singlet or something?
He had like a thong on or something like that. It was kind of weird. But you think with all the security, and who's this fan? I thought they weren't even having fans. Like, I thought all the fans were like healthcare workers and stuff.
I know. How do you get into that? I mean, seriously.
He would have had to be just a random fan, and plus, I mean, you know how tight they are with security.
Did someone take his temperature?
I hope. Well, they could have taken it multiple ways. I also hope that
Winter, slumbering in the open air, wears on his smiling face a dream of spring.
And that's what we all hope for, a dream of spring. It will get warmer. It's supposed to get up to 29 tomorrow. So, next week, we hope to bring you the fair market value interview where we'll have Judy Roman and some of the cast looking at that. What do you got planned for this week? I will have... Oh, you know what? My mom really enjoys, and we asked her, what do you want for your birthday? What's the dinner, the food? What do you want? So my mom says a margarita. Not really sure what food group that falls into. But we'll be...
I know you never had one.
I'm not really a margarita person, but in that pizza place I just mentioned with the heart-shaped pizzas, they have margaritas there. So, but I think my mom she doesn't want pizza. Like, she wants something special. So we'll find out who's got the margaritas. You know, one of the places that does a takeout margarita, and I'll say this quietly over the air, but I know it's legal. I mean, is Bob? What's the rib place? I always forget their name. Smokin' Owls.
Oh, dude, did you see the other night? This was maybe a couple of weeks ago. I drove by Smoking Owls. There were some vegans protesting in front of Smoking Owls.
Did you say pagans?
Vegans.
Oh, I thought pagans. I was like, are there pagans back around Long Island? Vegans were protesting smoking owls?
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
They had signs in the window. Putting hanging signs in the window, making sure the customers see, meat is murder.
Meat is murder? Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I that's good that they're voicing their displeasure. But here's the thing I have about protesting in the winter. Not a good idea. Too cold. If you're going to have an issue to deal with, make sure it's in the warm weather. I mean, do you really want to be running around with a sign in 20 below weather? I mean, there's not a cause I could care enough about to run around with a painted sign on cardboard standing in front of a rib place.
Yeah, exactly.
It's because I'm a bad guy. You're a nicer guy. You would do something like that. You know why?
Why's that, Steve?
I think I want my money back.
So we will definitely put up on the Steve Squared Show account, and if you go on our website or if you go on Gov's radio website, they're going to put that link up. So if you guys want to check out Andrew Dice Clay on Sunday night, you can get all your info. You can link onto that. It'll show you how to purchase some tickets. And you can, this is great. You don't have to deal with traffic. You don't have to wait online. You just right from the comfort of your home, you watch it and enjoy. And I think that's great. I'm glad.
The Iceman right in your home.
The Iceman right in your home, right?
Nice.
I'm going to ask governors if I can do something like that. I probably don't have the draw of Andrew Dice Clay. I probably don't have the draw of Andrew Jackson, but I do feel that's my political humor. For those of you not knowing, Andrew Jackson was what denomination is he on? Is he on the $50 bill? No.
I think he's Jewish.
He's Jewish?
He said what denomination.
Oh, very good. Hey, Steve, let's leave the comedy to myself, okay? Thanks.
I'm not allowed to tell stupid jokes.
Yes, Andrew Jackson. So I want to ask if I could do maybe a little comedy shtick on Gov's radio, like do a Zoom night. Me and you should do it, and we could. They don't have comedy teams anymore, like the Martin and Lewis and things like that. We could bring that back.
Well, there's a reason why they don't have comedy teams, because they end up killing each other at the end.
Well, I'm sure that would be no different for us. Who are those guys that everybody loves on Showtime? They have that talk show?
Yeah, I forgot their names.
It's like Jesus. I think it's Jesus and Mero.
The thing with the D.
Yes. Their show is pretty good. They're pretty funny. And they do some interviews. I watch them a little bit. They're on Showtime. And they get some big name guests. They had Obama on there, and they get everybody. I guess he's got nothing going on, so he's just running around doing some talk shows. Well, we're coming up on that time. I tried to give a few extra minutes to make up for the minutes that we were late tonight. Everybody, please stay warm, safe. It's icy out there. It's that black ice, Steve. That's the ice it's very dangerous. You don't see it.
That's the black ice you don't want to know about.
That's right. Put the hoodie. Oh, you look gangster now. So definitely be careful out there. Have a safe travels if you have to this week, and we won't see everybody until next Monday. So we might be in the studio. We could not be. I'll leave that as a surprise. So everybody have a wonderful, happy Valentine's Day. And if you're alone, give me a call. I will be your Valentine. I will be your token Valentine this Valentine's Day. What you do? You go on the Steve. This is good, Steve. I like this. You go on the Steve Squared Show. I will talk to anybody that wants to talk to me who's lonely on Valentine's Day. What do you think about that?
Right? If there's anyone who's lonely, I can't imagine anyone else other than you to make them feel better.
I think so, right? and we will do that. I will be, so that'll be next week. I also want to give a final happy birthday to my mom on Friday, so because we won't be on until post. I'll let you know how that birthday works out. And of course, you can go check all our fun stuff out on Jiminy Cricket, Gyminy, Cricket with a K. I'll give you a little look-see. Of course, we got Dumbbells coming up, and which is my workplace comedy. And Steve, how was your show Friday night? How's your show going? What's going on over there at the college?
Doing a lot of music, playing a lot of music, telling some stories, nothing too crazy, but having a good time.
Okay, that's
nights, 6 to 8, 90.3 WHBC, everything and anything.
now that's not on AM radio, right?
That is on FM radio, and it's also on your radio apps, on the iHeartRadio app, so you can check it out.
I love the iHeartRadio apps. Enjoy yourself. And you know what? I found the perfect song to play it out for Valentine's Day. Not Lady. Don't worry, I'm not going to brood you with poor Lady. I think I found,
I'm sure you have a billion of them.
I have, maybe we could do a little bit, let's see, maybe a little bit of this. What do you think about a little bit of this? Little Rob Thomas. What do you think, Steve? What? Do you know this song?
Now it seems to me that you know just what to say.
I don't want to be lonely no more.
But words are only words. Can you show me something else?
Well, there's always this. Sure.
All right, everybody, gather around.
This is probably more fitting.
Here. Now, what kind of candy you want? Sweet chocolate, chocolate malt candy?
Right? We'll end with a little Candy Man tonight.
You've come to the right man because
You know, they call me that, the Candy Man.
Who can take a sunrise? Sprinkle it with you.
Anyway, for myself, Steve M, Emily somewhere, and the rest of this Steve Squared Show gang, thank you all, Squares, for enjoying another hour of nonsense. And we hope to see you next week on GovsRadio.com, the Steve Squared Show, and all of our great shows on GovsRadio.com. Have a great week, Steve. I'll see you next Monday. Stay sweet. The Candy Man.